Welcome back to the SPO Miken Elimination Tournament here on Rogers TV from Slow Pitch City in Dorchester. As you see, a pretty good crowd here around Diamond 1 as we get going here in the 5th inning. The Naturals have the lead on the Rays. Rays got a couple, though, back in the 4th inning. As you see, 11-9 now for the Naturals as we come into the 5th. They've the first 2 innings were the big ones there for the Naturals.
Yes, the Naturals came out swinging really well. I think they've shortened their swing, so to speak, because of their deficit in home runs they have remaining. If the Rays can hang on here and not let them score anymore, they're still in the driver's seat, having the home, being that second batting team with home advantage.
That one coming inside. Chuck Roberts here. At pitcher versus pitcher here.
And these two know each other well. They played against each other for many years on different teams.
Chop shot to the left-hand side. That one hits the shortstop, and this one will get opened up into a territory. Chuck's going to come in sliding, and Roberts is going to get a hustling double here to start the 5th inning.
That's a big leadoff double. Anytime you can get your starting batter in each inning at second base, that's a single away from scoring a run. In two single shots, you're scoring a run. That's really big.
Daryl Zimmer here. Gotta say, I like the fact that he's using the white bat with the pink tape. Some folks will get chirpy a bit for the pink tape, but when you hit a ball like that, you don't chirp anybody. As that's going to cash one here.
There you go.
Roberts will come in to score on a hard single there by Daryl Zimmer.
There goes that leadoff double, followed by the hard single, scoring him from second. That's how it's done.
Make it a dozen now here for the Naturals on the run column. The other thing, too, some folks that may play a more recreational slow pitch will notice that the players are actually touching home plate. You don't run past the line as some people do at lower levels.
No, in the men's A level, at the top level of slow pitch in Canada, there are plays at the plate with tags, and it's similar to Major League Baseball. The catchers aren't, and they cannot block the plate. You can't run over the catcher, but you still have to touch that mat to score.
Going first to third here is Zimmer on the hard shot there from Andy Dreyer over to left field. First and third now.
Here we go. I think the Naturals are starting to find their rhythm. They're realizing we got to start hitting the ball through the infield. We got to move batters and runners around so we can start scoring with singles and doubles rather than those home runs.
Chris Drum. That one called illegal as you hear the thunder rumbling in the background. Big swing there by Drum.
A swing and a miss. I don't see that very often at this level.
Not very often. Shot comes through. That goes second on to first on the hop. Drum will look, and coming in to score here is Daryl Zimmer as the out was at second to Dreyer.
That's unfortunate. They had the double play on there, but if he'd made that catch and hung on to the ball, the runner would have been able to score from third rather.
Logan Klump now. Pitch came in short of the plate, so a ball there. Inside shot, that one hooked to the left-hand side, foul. Call it 2-2. 13-9 here for the Naturals as we're in the top of the 5th inning. One out so far.
So Chappelle's talking to his infielders, probably telling them what he's going to pitch, where he's going to put the ball, looking to have the batter hit at a certain side of the infield, get them ready on defense for the pitch.
That one into center field, tailing towards right. That will only advance Drum up to second as hard hit ball.
That was a nice swing. That was an inside pitch. He just brought his hands in tight to his body, let the bat head follow through, and drove it to the right side on a pitch you wouldn't naturally hit that way.
Pitch comes through outside. That one will get hit hard to the right side. Right fielder's got some work to do to get to that one. Both runners on their horse. Two are going to come in to score.
Now that pitch was thrown outside, and the right-handed batter just reached across, drove it down the right field line, like Russell Martin did the other night in the Jays game. And so that was a great way to score a triple for him and clear the bases.
Back to the top of the order here with Matt Barrett. Drew a walk in the last at-bat. Barrett's come around to score twice so far.
There's two guys on last time.
So just the man on third here with one out. Barrett with a hard shot, left-hand side. That one will be caught by the left fielder, and the runner comes in to score. So an RBI there for Barrett on the hard shot to left field.
It was a fine swing. They hit the ball right in the middle, and so it knuckled out there flat to left field. It didn't have any carry. It wasn't going to drop. It didn't have any top spin or underspin. Floated right out to the left fielder.
McLeod here. Hard shot. That one right up the center field. He'll get a... The other thing too, you hard hit balls consistently, but sometimes you see those, the harder you hit, the less you can run because of the fact of you right at guys, it's easy to get it right back in.
Absolutely. When you hit the ball that hard, it gets out to the outfielders awfully quickly. You arrive at first base and the ball's already on its way back to second. No chance for a double. Sometimes the balls that are hit slowly on the ground and catch into the grass to slow down, those outfielders have an awful long way to run to pick it up. By the time they picked it up, you're already halfway to second, sliding in safely with a double.
A little bit of a conference here on the mound as the Rays are trying to figure out what to do with Dwayne Hamilton as he's up to bat. As mentioned, 2 home runs already, got an RBI on a deep fly ball to left field last time around.
It's another opportunity too for the coaches come out. He wants to break some momentum, wants to break up it just seems like batter after batter starting to hit the ball hard. They're getting into a rhythm. Let's just slow things down a little and all have a chat. Maybe Dwayne will think a little bit longer, break up the rhythm.
The chess match that you're talking about.
Oh, and they're putting him on.
Going to give him the free pass here.
So unlike baseball, they're not going to pitch it to him 3 times to create the walk. They're going to just point to first. And I see there's a pinch runner in too for Dwayne. The pinch runner for the Naturals is Christian Heffernan, a former national team track star and a former baseball player in the Atlanta Braves organization. He's also a former captain of the Western Mustangs football team and a CFL player for the Toronto Argonauts.
Big shot there. Good night.
They didn't need Christian there at all to run.
Brett Foisey comes up and just absolutely tattoos a ball. So the Rays were trying to avoid the big bat in Hamilton. Foisey comes up and just finishes it off for him.
Well, it's interesting too. Johnny Chappelle, the pitcher for the Rays, and Brett Foisey used to play together on a team from Toronto. Perhaps maybe he owed him a little something. That pitch went a long way.
Yeah. That one will go over to the left-hand side and foul, and that's the other thing too is, as you mentioned, sometimes you get some warmer heads, and other times it's guys who have known each other for a long time. So there's a lot of respect out here in the diamond between guys, no matter who they're playing for.
Absolutely, and one of the things the Rays have done, I noticed, is they've picked up some of the players who've played at the A level in the past. Obviously, they're trying to bring in some veteran leadership and to calm the young guys down and make them feel at ease playing at this level.
Big shot there by Babcock. That one will get to the outfield. Babcock's on his horse going to second. He'll get there standing up.
Well, one of the things about the outfielders in this game, you have to be an outstanding athlete. You have to be very fit. There is an awful lot of running. The balls are hit hard through the infield. The balls are hit in the gaps. There's an awful lot of running in this game. You got to pick that ball up quickly and get it in. By the end of a weekend, you've logged a lot of short sprints over and over and over.
Chuck Roberts, hard shot to the left-hand side. If my scoring serves me correctly here, Mark, this will be Roberts' second time at the plate here.
This was the perfect response from the Naturals. It's exactly what they needed. They've been waiting a couple innings to do this, and now they're hitting their rhythm, as we say.
Hey, Chuck.
It's incredible. This game truly is, it's what do they say, 30% skill and 120% mind and mental.
Hard shot through the middle, and that one picked up by Chappelle for the third out of the inning. Coming from Chuck Roberts, second at-bat of the inning, but the Naturals put up plenty there in the top half of the fifth inning. They're creeping up on that 20-run territory, and that was what you mentioned before the game. As you see, 19-9 so far here for the Naturals, and you mentioned it, Mark, has set a tone early on, because you never know who you're going to play come tomorrow, because after you play this game, it's on to the winners. The winners and losers will move on. It's not a set schedule for round-robin type action.
No, this is a double knockout format. So if you lose the first game of the tournament, to get back to the finals, you'll probably have to win a dozen games between Saturday morning and Sunday afternoon. You have to eliminate every other single team that's lost a game to eliminate from the tournament. And in the heat of the day, and of course with the weather we've had recently with the heat and humidity, with all the running and all the swings, I don't think anyone in the history of this tournament has ever lost on Friday night and come back. To win 2 games as a double knockout format would dictate beating a team twice in the final and win the Ontario Elimination Championship. That's a huge feat.
The other thing, folks, as Mark mentioned, he's played the game for a long time. You've won this elimination a couple of times as well.
I've won this tournament 5 or 6 times. I've been fortunate to play with some of the best players in Ontario and Canada over the years, and it truly is a thrill. This first weekend of July for slow pitch players at the top level, it's what you mark on the calendar come December. You're looking forward to this. The first snowfall, you can't wait for this weekend.
Scott McGregor is going to draw a walk here.
There are tournaments that these players look forward to every summer. This is definitely one of them in Ontario. Another tournament is called the Pif de Petit, which is in Sherbrooke, Quebec. It happened last week, and in Sherbrooke, where as many as 10,000 people are sitting in the stands watching games. And then, of course, the Canadian Championships in August is another huge tournament, and it's a week-long tournament.
Big shot here, goes out to center field. As
cleared the fence.
That one will get just over the fence. Big shot there is it's Garrett Worthman. Cameraman in center field. Look out.
Almost caught by center fielder Andy Dreyer. I've seen Andy in the past make that catch where he's able to climb up and scale the top of the big O and reach out and snag balls as they come down, stealing home runs.
Pitch comes in. Josh Wood here came around to score after a single in the first. Hit out to center field. That one's scooped up.
That's a fine read by Dreyer. Closed on it quickly, coming in hard off the bat. Makes the catch look relatively easy.
So now 19-11 in favor of the Naturals as we're in the bottom of the fifth. One out here. Roberts with the inside pitch. That one's short in left field. Makes the play and stays into the side of the pole. And that's the other thing too, is you can sometimes make a catch in foul territory, but that second white pole is the whether or not a ball is in play.
He just stayed in play. There are no runners on, but of course the runners would have advanced if he'd carried that ball out of play after the catch. But another athletic play by left fielder Brett Boise.
Outside pitch there. Chop ball comes to shortstop. Throw on to first. And call it 3.
Hey, one more time here, boys.
As you can hear on the Naturals side, they say hit one more time, so I gotta think they want a big inning here.
We talk about the Naturals and some of the athletes on their team. We talk about Chuck Roberts, the pitcher playing for the majors, and we see Christian Heffernan, who's a former Major League affiliate with the Atlanta Braves and a former Canadian Football League player and Western Mustang. They also have on the bench tonight Kyle Pioarczyk, who's a former London Knight, and of course has been playing for the last 10 years pro hockey in Europe, in Germany and other parts of Europe, making a living playing professional hockey there.
Why not come back home and play some ball in the summer?
And he's a former London major too. In fact, one summer he was leading the majors in batting average, and unfortunately as they were making a run for the IBL title, he had to leave to head back to Germany for the beginning of their pro training camp and couldn't stay for the end of the playoffs.
Get things going. Shot comes through, that one to the shortstop side. He's got some wheels though. Just gets called out at first base.
That's a fine play. Goes deep in the hole, picks it up on one knee, turns and quickly releases, gets the batter by half a step.
That's doing something, because he had a steam to get down there. There's Daryl Zimmer. Andy Dreyer now up to the take his cuts. High fly ball to right side. This one will get picked up by the right fielder. 2 quick outs here on the Naturals.
And Ryan, one of the things you'll notice about those guys, when you hit those high fly balls, certainly they're not trying to hit home runs. They're trying to drive the ball in a line drive through the infield. And again, the hat's off to the pitcher, because the pitcher knows he's just trying to hit a single. If they can elevate the ball a little, pitch it to the back of the plate or slightly behind the plate and get him to swing at it, oftentimes you'll have the ball come off the top half of the bat with backspin. It's going to go high up in the air. It's going to be an easy fly ball.
Ball 1 is the call here. Another inside pitch.
3 balls.
Outside, that one is a hard shot, but it too is picked up, as that was Scott Foster subbing in, but 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the Naturals obviously are feeling a little more comfortable. They still have home runs to work with. The guys are just trying to hit line drives to get on base. Get 2 or 3 guys on base, of course, and they can use up their home runs with a 3 or 4 RBI home run.
So 19-11 is the score at the top of the 6th inning.
And at this point, I think the Rays are going to start grinding for runs. So that means, obviously, their singles hitters must be getting on base. But their home run hitters, if any of those guys can hit the ball out, they really should be thinking about it. You can't save them.
No.
You can't take them with you to the next game.
You don't get to add to that 7 total if you didn't use them.
You want to use all 7. So you might see some swing changes here. Some of the smaller guys are going to get on base, and the bigger, stronger players are going to be opening up their swing, trying to drive it out over the fences to score as many runs as they can here.
Will Hill will get things going here in the 6th inning. Hard hit to right-hand side. That one will get past the right fielder on a dive. Hill looks to stand up at second, and now he's going to turn and go to third. And a nice hit there by Hill to get things going here in the 6th.
Not quite sure what happened to the right fielder after falling down. I'm not. Oh, he tumbled and fell and dove too far, and then stumbled again, reaching back to get the ball. By that time, even the center fielder, Andy Dreyer, falls down. So everyone's having a party out there on the grass.
Sometimes top half is going a little faster than the bottom half, and another hard hit to right field, but that will drive in a run.
Now that swing was designed intentionally. He was purposefully trying to hit it over the fence in right field, trying to score 2 quick runs with nobody out. Just came underneath it a little. Instead of hitting it 310 feet, was only able to hit it about 307.
Still, for most people, I think they'd probably take a 307 foot.
Anytime you
hit any day of the
300 feet or more, you'll be pretty excited.
Jesse Everett over to the left-hand side. That one will stay in play. He's gunning for second base and will get there standing up.
Now, some people may wonder how far are these bases. Of course, in Major League Baseball, regular baseball, they're 90 feet. These bases are 70 feet apart, so 20 feet shorter than your Major League Baseball distance.
But never tell a slow pitch player that he doesn't play real baseball.
Certainly not at this level.
That one just gets over into foul territory as you...
That's another great swing. It was an outside pitch. He let the ball travel deeper across the plate before driving it over first base. It just tailed foul.
Travis Buchwald here. That one goes to center field, just shading to the left-hand side. Everett's going to get over to third, and he will slide in safely.
It's a great toss. Out there, left center field, one hopper right into third base. Nice safe slide by the runner. Tags applied a little late.
Some would call that a productive out. Nobody wants to give up outs, but as long as you're advancing.
And in this case, these batters, of course, are, as I said, they're trying to hit the ball as hard as they can. Anything that's positive is gained off of a fly ball in that case.
The pitcher, John Chappelle, now. Outside. One for three now, as this one will get to left field. And will get picked up on left field side, so 3 out there for the Rays. As we will head to the 7th inning here, 19-12, as the ominous weather continues to make its way closer and closer here to us.
Well, at this point for the Naturals, it's just let the bats fly, let the ball fly. They can't store any more home runs. They truly need to hit their 7. So you may see some solo shots here. However, they can't take any home runs with them, so they're going to try and use them all up here at the top of the 7.
Get things going here with Logan Clote. 1 for 3 so far. Had a single last time around in that, what was a bat around 5th inning for the Naturals. Had a single and came in to score.
Yeah, they've created a good cushion here for themselves. Just add a few more on and really put the pressure on the Rays.
Scoring. Strike here on Clote. 2-2 is the count. That one's right up the middle at the catcher, or at the pitcher, I should say. As Clote will get a single right up the middle.
Again, you can see why some pitchers are inclined to wear shin guards and face masks. Those balls come at rapid rocket speed back at you when you're only standing 65, 70 feet away.
Hey, great piece. No shame in that ride for you. All day, every day.
High pitch to start things out. That one's deep.
John Chappelle's trying to pitch the ball a little flatter, short. He's not getting away with it.
All right, there you go, Red. Great hitter here, Red. Come on, kid.
Pitch comes comes in, that one
All right.
hit to the right side and foul, so third strike there to get the out.
There's another element of the game that's a little different from baseball. You don't get unlimited fouls when you have 2 strikes on you. If you hit that ball foul, that's strike 3 in the game of softball.
Tough spot for some of those big league guys. They'll just intentionally start fouling some balls off, where you don't have that luxury here. When if you put two out of play, you're out of luck.
Absolutely. So you're not going to get a 12 pitch at bat in slow pitch.
Got to keep it going. It's a 3-4 hour affair, that's for sure.
So let's see what Matt Barrett does here.
Barrett's been on 2 out of the 4 times. Outside pitch. Last at bat in the 5th inning, he flew out to left field but did get an RBI. And now he'll draw his second walk of the game.
That puts his team in a tough position. You walk that potential second out, and now you have a Canadian All-Star batter in Mike McLeod who can hit for average with line drive swings, but also has the power to hit it out of the park. This is a huge opportunity for the Naturals to score 3 quick runs.
High fly ball to left field. Center fielder in track. Both runners were tagging, so they'll each move up a bag.
That's exactly what Mike was trying to do. Mike had every intention of trying to hit that out of the park, and Jace came a little underneath it, hit it about 305 feet. Not quite enough, but look who's following him.
Here comes the big swing. Here comes a bit of the wind is on its way, and Hamilton's going to get under this one again, and he's frustrated that it's not going to get out of the park. It'll get picked up here. So the Rays have an opportunity to try and edge their way back into this one.
Hey, do you guys know what the score of this game is?
Well, they had every opportunity there with the guys on base. 2 big swings, but I think John Chappelle understands it when he's pitching the ball a little deeper. Guys' hands just aren't quite getting up to the ball. You may have heard earlier in the Blue Jays system or season that Troy Tulowitzki was having trouble with his hand position coming through underneath the ball. And that's exactly what's happening in those swings there with both the last 2 batters just not quite getting their hands up and through the ball, being able to get under the lower part of the middle of the ball rather, and drive it out of the park.
19-12 is the score. Ominous skies overhead here at Slow Pitch City in Dorchester as we continue the SPO Miken Elimination weekend. We still do have another game scheduled after this one. Whether we're going to get it in or not, Marco, will be interesting to see.
There have been many tournaments here played where games started at midnight due to rain delays. The 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock games have been delayed for an hour or 2 or 3. They got to get them in. It's a short weekend with 19 teams. You really got to get these games played.
Big shot starting the game off. That one over the head of the left fielder. And a 2-bagger here to start things out for Scott McGregor.
Nice line drive swing there. Driving, catching the bottom part of the ball, having backspin. It just carried over the left fielder, Brett Foisey, right to the fence.
And as you mentioned, Mark, it's not a factor of, we'll make them all up tomorrow. The amount of games you have to get in.
No, for the tournament organizers, any rain delays really throw a wrench in their plans. The games may go late into the night tomorrow night too if there's significant rain tonight and tomorrow.
Big shot there, that one to left center field. It will clear the fence. As that'll be home run number 3 for Garrett Workman.
Yeah. He's obviously a big hitter for the team. His design is just to hit the ball out of the park when he's up. They put players on in front of him, get them on base, and let him hit it over the fence. Let's see if they can repeat that.
19-14 is Josh Wood is up. He lets that one go as it is in for a strike.
Really keep the momentum here. It's important for some singles.
Until Wood wasn't trying for anything in particular there. That one gets past and will go out of play. So that will add the additional base there.
Boy, those plays can come back to hurt you. We've had two players. Chuck Roberts misses it as it's hit past him, and then the second baseman isn't able to get his glove on it. Here he is standing at second on an errant throw. You do not want to give out extra outs in this game, especially in this situation. The Rays have 4 home runs to work with here in the 7th inning. Anything can happen.
That's the other thing too that people will be reminded of. Not the full 9. That one gets through. Nice pickup by the third baseman. He'll throw on to first. That one will go for an out.
That's a fantastic diving play at third base. Josh Donaldson sitting right there, personified in slow pitch. Dives, picks it up, throws a seed across the diamond to get the runner. That's some fine defense. That's a great way to quiet them down early.
Brandon Tedder now. We'll let that one go. Hard shot left center field. That one will get tracked down for the second out. But the runner will advance to third.
Well, now the Rays have to be perfect. Each one of these guys has to come up and make a perfect swing on the ball. Hit it through on line drives. Let their big hitters hit it over the fence. See if they can grind out a come from behind victory here in the 7th.
How you gonna dodge my green, sir?
Will Hill here. Hill's been around to score twice so far in the game.
That's a good pitch by Chuck Roberts, keeping him on his toes. He's got 2 strikes on him. He's got to be aware of those.
Chopper through the middle of this one. Blocked by the second baseman. Safe is the call at first, so the runner will come in to score. Hill gets to first base on an infield single.
Yeah, an unfortunate hop there coming up right as the infielder, Mike McLeod, was going to pick it up.
Close one at first.
The wind has changed direction. It's blowing hard out to left field now. A strong gusting wind. They hit that ball up high in the air. It's going to carry out over the fence.
That one's high, but in the infield. And Roberts calls off the man for the third out. So the Naturals will pick up a big W here as the handshakes will go both sides. We will take a quick break and wrap it up next here on Rogers TV.